What a scene, an electric atmosphere for number 8 Arizona. And number 4 UCLA, the regular season finale on senior night. Jaime Jaquez with the Bruins' first points. Jaime Jaquez and 1. Loose ball for Will McClendon, picked up. Jaime Jaquez. He's got 20, and the Bruins win number 27. 25 consecutive home victories. Jaime Jaquez will leave the floor at Pauley Pavilion for the final time in a UCLA uniform.
Gotta go. No wasted days in here.
Bring it up.
Next guy up. Come on, make shot. Eyes up.
The big man, Don McLean.
Catch cross between the legs, behind the back, bounce it, behind the back, bounce it, throw it back. Come on, be sharp, no mistakes. Come on, let's play.
Tug it up, y'all. Hit this right here.
It's a very important time in my life, and I think a lot of the other guys as well would feel the same way. It's been a lot of hard work. We're all been dreaming of this goal of going to the NBA our entire lives, and the moment is finally arriving.
Good, Jaime, hand, Jaime. Take it, yeah. That's it, Jaime. 20? Baseline. This ain't for punishment. This ain't for anything other than it's necessary to go accomplish what we need to accomplish, which is what? Move up in the draft. That's it. 4, go.
Don says it every day, is to move up. You know, you don't want to stay still, because if you're staying still, some guy's moving ahead of you. So I think it's our entire goal here is to just move up in the draft.
We're going open in the half court, so defense becomes even more challenging. Don't slow down till the very end, Jet. If you can't follow a simple progression, how's a team going to expect you to follow a sophisticated defensive game plan in the playoffs?
Up until the draft day, this is the most important period of a player's career. This is the time where they either can impress or move down the boards of teams, right? And so you only get one chance to make a first impression.
If you get into this set, which you probably will, in your team workouts, let's look like we know what we're doing. Khalil, start up at the NBA line and run down into the down screen. We need more spacing. Yeah, there you go. Look at that. Way back when I was getting drafted in the early 90s, there was none of this stuff. It was me and if I had a guy that could rebound for me kind of thing. And when I retired in 2002, I was asked to train a couple guys. And so I started doing it just because I hadn't really gotten into the broadcasting and all that yet. I started thinking like, this could be a whole lot more. Like, why can't we do more to get these guys ready? Working with a sports performance guy and maybe a nutritionist and maybe a physical therapist. And so when I got with Ryan Capretta years ago, it kind of made sense.
We have a whole lab setting. We're really looking at so many different metrics that they really haven't done before. It's really about imbalances and extending their career and getting them healthy, opening their hips up so they can jump higher, because they think, if I got to go harder, but it's like, no, if we train you and we teach you how to recover, then you can train harder and you're going to physically be better.
I'm just telling you right now, if you're going to succeed in the league, you can't accept him denying you the ball. Hey, hold on real quick. Has anybody seen what Kobe's doing on that action yet? He's literally shoving you guys. Like, physical. Like, that's allowed. This ain't college anymore. Be physical with it. Come on.
Don beats them up extremely hard in the court. We lift them, we recover them, but then we retest. We're looking at metrics and giving them really data that they can look at, because your previous results are going to be your best indicator of motivating an athlete. We can not just educate them, but we can actually administer different types of workouts through the process. That's what makes it unique.
They go to Chicago next week, then they're back for another week. We'll have our pro day, and then probably part of the next week, and then most of them will be gone by then.
Players can make or lose millions of dollars over the course of the next few months, Because if you move up the boards, if you're projected to be the 30th pick and you get drafted as the 15th pick, that's the difference in millions of dollars on draft night. And so Don doesn't care if you like him or not. He cares about getting you to where you want to go.
You got him on you, the lightest guy in the workout, and you didn't even act like you got down here, but you didn't act like you wanted the ball, man. You got to show them that you want the ball. They're not going to just give it to you. Spread out, get big, turn, and dunk on his head. Investing in this to get guys ready to hopefully move up. You know, you're talking about not only for the individual's career, it matters where you get drafted. You'll take your draft position with you for your whole career. Think about what your actions are, offense. You guys better talk, switch, something. You're going to have to do this, man. If you're going to get drafted, you're going to have to do this. It ain't going to be, oh, well, maybe next year he'll get. No. Come on, man. Let's go.
Don, in a lot of ways, is like the perfect guy to lead this because it's an industry where it's saturated with a lot of trainers, and a lot of these guys are looking to, be these guys' friends, social media. Don is none of that. It's purely about the product.
Good cut, Dylan.
This is the time when he can maximize everything they got. Everything's riding on it for these guys. Their biggest job interviews of their life. So they're hungry, they're eager, and Don will get that out of them.
I want it physical without fouling and competitive. Come on, let's get the level up. We only got a couple more days of this.
His personality really lends itself perfectly to this process because, one, he has the pedigree that I think a lot of people look for in terms of he's been to where a lot of these kids want to go. He knows, okay, here's where you are today, here's where you want to be. I will tell you how to get there if you do the work, and he does that as well as anyone I've ever seen in the business.
Khalil, just so you know, you're here for a lot of reasons, but one of them is to get ready for next year. Yeah, you'll be in some drop coverage, but you will be required to switch on to guards. Required. Like not maybe, you required. I ask a lot, I know that, and I tell them, look, you're never going to be challenged like this again. I put a lot into it, and I'm competitive, but it has nothing to do with me.
What's going on?
How'd you feel about yesterday?
I felt like I could have shot better. I had some really ugly shots, those two.
You started off great.
Yeah.
You're right on track, and yesterday was good. I told you helped yourself yesterday.
That's good to know.
Right, so don't be down that you could have shot it better or whatever.
Yeah,
Fine.
no, I think that perspective, they already had low expectations, so
right.
You can only go up from there.
Exactly. Like your percentages shouldn't have been that low, but
No,
you know
they
what?
shouldn't.
It's almost going to work in your favor now.
Yeah.
Because when you get there and you're making everything, they're like, holy shit, where was this?
Yeah.
So we're good. All right?
Sounds good, man.
All right. Jaime, I think, is the first UCLA player I've ever had, believe it or not, in this. And I've been doing this a lot, 18, 19 years. We're from the same county, basically. And so I was happy to get the opportunity to have him in here.
Jaime Jaquez, the first UCLA Bruin to win Conference Player of the Year since Kevin Love.
If you start at the end and back up and what he accomplished, it's like Pac-12 Player of the Year, Final Four. It's tough at UCLA. I know firsthand the legacy of all the other people and all the other teams. And so I think what people will remember, though, more than anything, is just his toughness and his ability to figure it out no matter what. That is how he succeeded as much as he did at UCLA, and that's going to be how he succeeds in the NBA.
UCLA got me prepared for this next step. 4 years of experience, I've seen a lot. To be able to put on that jersey and represent such a rich history and a rich legacy of tremendous basketball players and tremendous teams, and just to be a part of that and have my little stamp there is it's been amazing.
Good evening and welcome to the NBA Draft.
You wait your entire life for one moment. At least I did. I've been waiting this moment my entire life, so I'm assuming it's going to be very emotional.